Emotional intelligence isn't one thing. It's not just about being empathetic, or self-aware, or good with people. It's all of those things. And they're separate skills. You can be great at reading others and terrible at managing yourself. You can be deeply self-aware but struggle to connect. You can regulate your emotions beautifully and still miss what's happening in the room. Emotional intelligence has types. Layers. Different dimensions that work together, or don't. And understanding which ones you have and which ones you lack changes everything. This is the foundation. Self-awareness means you know what you're feeling while you're feeling it. You can name the emotion. You can trace where it's coming from. You can recognize the pattern. Most people don't have this. They feel something, anger, sadness, anxiety, and they just react. They don't pause. They don't ask why. They don't connect the dots. Self-aware people do. They notice when they're defensive. They catch themselves spiraling. They see the gap between what triggered them and what's really bothering them. This doesn't mean they don't feel intensely. They do. But they're watching it happen. They're aware of the process. And that awareness creates space. Space to choose how to respond. Space to question whether the feeling matches the situation. Space to realize when something deeper is being touched. But here's the catch, self-awareness on its own can be paralyzing. You see everything. You understand everything. And sometimes that makes it harder to act. Which is why the next type matters. Self-regulation is what you do with what you know. You're angry. You know why. Now what? Self-regulation is the ability to manage your emotions instead of letting them manage you. To pause before you speak. To calm yourself when you're overwhelmed. To stay present when everything in you wants to shut down. It's not about suppression. It's about choice. People with strong self-regulation don't pretend they're not upset. They feel it fully. But they don't let it control the moment. They can sit with discomfort. They can delay gratification. They can stay steady when everything around them is chaotic. This is the type of emotional intelligence that shows up in leadership. In relationships. In high-pressure situations. It's what allows someone to take feedback without becoming defensive. To have a hard conversation without escalating. To stay focused on what matters instead of reacting to every emotional impulse. But self-regulation without empathy can look cold. You're composed. You're controlled. But you're not connecting. Which brings us to the third type. Empathy is the ability to feel what someone else is feeling. Not just intellectually understand it. Actually feel it. When someone is hurting, you hurt. When they're anxious, you feel the tension. When they're joyful, something in you lifts. This is the type of emotional intelligence people notice first. Empathetic people make you feel seen. They don't just listen, they get it. They mirror your emotion. They hold space for what you're going through. But empathy has a cost. If you're deeply empathetic, you absorb everything. You feel the weight of other people's pain. You carry emotions that aren't yours. You struggle to separate what's yours from what's theirs. This is why empaths burn out. Why they need so much alone time. Why they feel drained after social interactions. Empathy without boundaries is exhausting. And empathy without the final type, social skills, can leave you stuck in other people's feelings without knowing how to help. Social skills are how you use emotional intelligence in the world. You're self-aware. You regulate well. You feel deeply. Now you need to navigate relationships, conversations, and group dynamics. Social skills mean knowing how to read a room. How to de-escalate tension. How to motivate someone without pushing. How to build trust. How to say no without damaging the relationship. It's emotional intelligence in action. People with strong social skills seem effortless. They know when to speak and when to listen. They adapt their communication style to the person in front of them. They create connection without trying too hard. But social skills without the other three types can feel manipulative. You're good with people. But are you genuine? Are you aware of your own emotions? Or are you just performing? This is why all four types matter. Self-awareness gives you clarity. Self-regulation gives you control. Empathy gives you connection. Social skills give you the ability to move through the world with emotional competence. You don't need to be perfect at all of them. Most people are stronger in some areas than others. But recognizing which types you have, and which ones you need to develop, is how you grow. Emotional intelligence isn't a single skill. It's a toolkit. And the more pieces you have, the more capable you become.